Welcome to the Let's Talk Internet Computer podcast. Today, our special guest is the founder of Openchat. Openchat is an on-chain messaging platform similar to WhatsApp, but evolved, where you don't need phone numbers, is free, and even you can send through their platform Bitcoins or ICP tokens. Today, we're having with us the founder of Openchat, Hamish Peebles. Thank you so much, Hamish, for your time today.
Hello, yeah, thanks for having me. Just to clarify, I'm actually one of the founders, not the founder. There's three of us working on Openchat, but yeah.
Okay, as the co-founder. Now, what is the names of the other founders?
Yeah, so it's me and then Matthew Grogan and Julian Jelfs.
Hmm.
We've actually the three of us worked together for many years before starting on Openchat. And yeah, we all quit our old job and here we are. It's been about 2 years now, I think, that we've been working on Openchat, and yeah, it's been fun.
Great, awesome, and thank you for letting me know. Yeah, and thank you as well for your time. I know you are especially busy now, before as well, but now after the SNS launch, it was crazy, the milestone achieved for the team, for your team, and yeah, because it's OpenChat has become the first social media DAO, 100% decentralized. And we discuss more further, but congratulations for that.
Yeah, thank you. We were quite well before the sale happened. We were hopeful that we would hit the 1 million ICP target, and yeah, when the sale started, especially for the first few minutes, it was crazy. The amount raised was just going up really quickly. I think we raised about 700,000 in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then it slowed down a bit. But then yeah, to have reached the full 1 million ICP in about 6 hours, that was
Wow.
yeah, that's nice. We were very happy.
Yeah. Okay, well, first to dig in more in the SNS and all the things and features of OpenChat, could you introduce yourself and talk us a little bit more about your background, your story before found the OpenChat?
Yeah. So as you said, I'm Hamish Peebles. I have been a software developer for about 12 years, 11 years. Um, Before working on Openchat, I was in the Web 2 world, working for a company called Donata Travel. I was like a back-end C# software engineer. And actually, I enjoyed that job. But when we heard about the opportunity um, of building on the internet computer, we looked into it for a while, for a few weeks, and it looked too good to pass up, really. It looked like an interesting thing to work on. So the three of us building Openchat, we all quit our old we all quit our old jobs, and we switched to Openchat. We I had to learn Rust. Well, we all did, but so there was a bit of a learning curve there. But I actually really enjoy Rust now. I think I prefer it to C#, even though I worked on C# for 9 years. Um, so how we got into Openchat is one of the other founders, Matt. He is an old friend of Dom's, Dom who runs Definity, and Dom messaged him out of the blue. I think they hadn't really spoken in a few years or something, and Dom just messaged him and was like, Matt, I'm building this thing. I want to get some good developers building apps on top of it. And yeah, we had a meeting with him, and he told us all about it. And yeah, we liked the look of it, and we all quit, and here we are. And I'm glad we did. It's been really fun.
Hmm. Wow, it's a nice story. The founder of Definity, Dominic Williams, encouraged you to create OpenChat.
Well, so he just wanted to get developers building on the IC, on the internet computer. This is 2.5 years ago or so.
Uh-huh.
And he said, just learn about what it can do and just come up with an idea of what to build. And we did. We came up with OpenChat, and we pitched it to him. We gave a really early demo, and he liked the look of it. And so he just said, yeah, keep building it. And
Mhm.
so yeah, that's how we got going.
Wow, amazing. And
But
how did
we thought it really suited the internet computer because um, it's really scalable. Um, everyone in everyone who has a phone uses a messaging app. Um, and so the main apps are, probably WhatsApp, Telegram, and do people trust that their WhatsApp messages aren't their data from WhatsApp isn't being sold? I mean, people kind of know that it is. Meta own WhatsApp, and so every time you message someone, Meta, the people who own Facebook, they're going to be there harvesting your data, being able to make money off that. They'll be able to push you things that are in their interest. That it's basically you are the product when you're using WhatsApp, and so it seemed like a great opportunity to come up with a competitor to WhatsApp where there's just zero chance of that ever happening. The community control the service. The users are not the product. The users are the owners. So
Mhm.
yeah, we thought it was a good idea to come up with to build a competitor messaging app. It just fits the decentralization model nicely.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. They can get money, right, for WhatsApp or Telegram in terms of have like videos, photos, information about the users, and they can sell it to third parties. And this is one thing that is totally disruptive with Openchat, running 100% on chain. In terms of the massive adoption, I think one day Openchat will have more users than WhatsApp. I'm 100% sure in the
That'll be
future,
nice.
yeah, because it's like an evolution of WhatsApp and it's really cool. But I think for the massive adoption, when OpenChat will be on the phones, I mean on
No,
Apple
on the App Store.
Store,
Yeah.
because this is
So
forget like the piece of cake and try to like be like a good competitor. You need to have the things easier for the users, right?
yeah. So that's probably the most requested feature,
Yeah.
having iOS and Google like native apps. Just because the experience is smoother, you click on the app and it's there immediately.
Mm.
So we can do a thing called it's called like add to home page. I don't know quite what they call it, but it's essentially a web page that looks like an app. You can have an app icon, and when you click on it, it will open the app, but it's still actually just a web page. So it's not quite as nice in terms of the feel of it as a native app. But
Mm.
the thing is, we are fully decentralized. We are there is no legal entity behind Openchat. And so for us to have an app store app, like, if we're to have an app on the Apple App Store, something who can be a legal entity for Openchat will need to have a contract with Apple.
Mhm.
Same with the Google Play Store. Now, this is probably possible in the future if we create an Openchat Foundation, which I think it's very likely we would do. And
Mhm.
then once we have an Openchat Foundation,
Mhm.
that foundation can then have a contract with Apple to provide the App Store. To provide the app.
Mhm.
But this is at least a few months away. For now, we're still just focusing on the web app.
Yeah, no, no, for sure, for sure. It's just for because yeah, it's easy, right? We can enter in the browser and just click open chat, and we have the internet identity. In less than 10 seconds, you are texting your friends or family or whatever. But maybe like not people inside ICP, but outside ICP, maybe they are
Mm.
more challenging, right? It's like, oh wow, I have to enter again, and people is now used to enter in the phones and then click the app, and that's it, right? The icon, but sounds good. Yeah, I didn't know the OpenChat Foundation. Maybe for the future is your next project, but it's really really cool to know. Um, Yes, I would like to know as well, how did the idea of creating Open Chat come about? You mentioned about one of your founders, talk with Dominic, but did you have the idea before, or because you mentioned your friends and founders, your friends like long time ago, did you think about it? Like, did you have any conversation together? Like, wow, we need to create something like WhatsApp, but totally decentralized, something cool, right? Where people are the owner of their data, and how it was.
Yeah, so we had never heard of the internet computer before Dom reached out to Matt. Um, but after we'd had a meeting with Dom, we looked into the internet computer and um we saw what it was trying to accomplish. You know, it's trying to be essentially infinitely scalable, um, 2 second, 3 second roughly response times to update calls. And we just thought the the app we could build that is most suitable to the features that the kind of the performance of the internet computer in terms of latency and scalability. We thought that the best app we could make here that would reach the most users and would be most suitable for this kind of environment was a chat app, because um, it just makes complete sense for a chat app to be decentralized, and having 2 seconds or 3 seconds latency between one user sending a message and the recipient getting a message is completely fine. Um, and so we thought, right, the updates take a few seconds. In theory, it's infinitely scalable, less, it just suited a chat app perfectly. And so, yeah, that's the idea we came up with. We built a early demo of it and showed it to Dom, and he liked it. And so, yeah, we all quit our jobs and built it full time.
Mhm. Wow, that's nice story. Yeah, tell us more about the app, the Open Chat. What is the features?
Yeah.
What is an evolution of WhatsApp? What is an evolution of instant messaging?
So so we want it to be at least as good as WhatsApp and Signal and Telegram.
Mhm.
But then we also want it to have the benefits of it being decentralized, like the community governance and the guarantee that no one is selling your data as a user. Um, so on Openchat, you can message people in direct chats. Like I could send you a message, or you can create groups, and groups can be private or public. And a private group, um, you have to invite people to, or you can enable what's called like a group invite link, and then anyone with that link can join the group. Or a public group, anyone can search for the group and join it. And so some of the public groups have, I think our largest one has about 30,000 users. Um, and so um, in the future, we actually want another thing called communities, which will be quite similar to Discord servers or Slack workspaces. And again, they would be private or public. Um, Public communities would probably be more like Discord servers where anyone can explore them and join them. Whereas private communities would probably be seen more like a Slack workspace, like maybe other businesses on the IC might want their own Openchat private community. And then anyone in that community can see all of the groups within that community, but those groups wouldn't be visible to people outside of the community. So you could have public groups within a private community, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And so we can do things like a community could be gated to only owners of an NFT within a specific collection. So, for example, an NFT collection could have its own community, and everyone in that community is guaranteed to hold an NFT from the collection because that's one of the criteria to get into the community. Or it could be everyone in the community has to have a certain neuron from a certain SNS or NNS. It could be that criteria is you have to have an 8-year ICP neuron.
Mhm.
We can do quite cool things like that. So we'd also love to be able to do video and voice calls. We've attempted it a bit, but it's hard to get a reliable peer-to-peer connection.
Mhm.
So it's likely if we do end up supporting video and voice calls that we probably have to use some centralized infrastructure, and we would just need some way of paying for it. And again, that's probably where we need the Openchat Foundation,
Mhm.
because Openchat can raise funds in ICP or in chat tokens or in potentially other cryptocurrencies. And the Openchat Foundation, Openchat SNS could then pay the Openchat Foundation, and the Openchat Foundation can then pay for these centralized services in dollars or pounds or euros or whatever.
Mhm.
Because, it'd be great to have video and voice call, even though they wouldn't be fully decentralized. It would be an option that people can take advantage of if they want to. But obviously, if they just want to be chatting, then they can stay completely decentralized.
Yeah, no, for sure. And now, unfortunately, if you want to like get users from Web2, even if your idea is super cool and try to be 100% decentralized, you need something, like a bridge to try to convince people from Web2 to Web3. Yeah, the Openchat Foundation, I think, is the way to do that.
But also, I think the product needs to be good enough
Uh,
on its own, regardless of being fully decentralized. I think it needs to be good.
yeah,
Otherwise, people aren't gonna stick around. People might have a go, and people might um use it if they hold some of the tokens and they just hope the value goes up. But that's not what we want in Openchat. In Openchat, we want it so that just a normal non-crypto person can come along and use it and think, oh, this is a cool app, and enjoy using it, regardless of the fact that it's decentralized and regardless of the fact that it has its own token. What we want is that just any non-crypto person can come along and just use it easily and
yeah.
just enjoy using it.
Yeah, like have user friendly features, and then at least the same features of WhatsApp or Telegram or the other ones, because there are like now they are massive. I'm not sure exactly how many people use Telegram or WhatsApp around the world, but at least to be you need to be like same at the same level, and then have the other features or the new features that you have, plus be decentralized 100%. But yeah, I'm agree with your idea, your vision. At first, you need to improve the platform, or at least be the same features and have the same things of the other ones, plus
Yeah.
other features that you can offer, of course, in a decentralized way.
So so OpenChat is free. If you just want to be a basic user, it's free to get started. But we've introduced a thing called Diamond membership, which people can pay for on a subscription basis. It's cheap because the open chat running costs are really low. But we do need to have some revenue coming in because the service needs to be self-sustainable. So it's kind of the trade-off between it needs to be free, otherwise no one's going to come and use it for the first time. But also we need to charge people in order to cover costs. And so we think this diamond membership mechanism works quite nicely. And if you become a diamond member, then you get a load of advantages. And over time, we will give more things to diamond membership, which will make it more worthwhile to upgrade to. Um, so, for example, like message translation is a diamond member feature, or a gigabyte of storage. You can have 10 times the storage if you're a diamond member. There's other things like we'll have groups that are only for Diamond members. We'll allow Diamond members to have NFT profile pictures, like verified NFT profile pictures. You also just get a little diamond next to your name, which people love.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we introduced Diamond membership about a month ago, and we've taken in, I think it's about 2,000 ICP so far. So that's about $10,000. So, that's way more than the costs of running Openchat. So currently, if things keep going like that, then Openchat is already profitable.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a diamond. I check
Nice.
I'm a diamond guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to dig in more in the milestone that you achieved a few days ago about the SNS, the Service Network System, is the decentralized DAO way on internet computer that people can vote and people are the owners and have the governance of the dApps. In case of OpenChat, I'm curious to know how has been the experience of give the control to the community after the 5.5 million of dollars achieved in just 5 hours for the decentralization sale. I think it's the first DAO on history on the social media platforms, and maybe the fastest for achieve the goal. Right, 5 hours you get 5.5 million of dollars. You are the envy of the world, right? Of the other founders. I think. Tell us a little bit more about this process.
Yeah. So
How you
yeah,
prepare
it's been
because I thought like the days before, maybe it was even more crazy, right?
yeah, it was really busy for probably the month before the SNS sale. Um, because essentially Dfinity have been building the functionality which will allow any app to launch via an SNS sale. And they told us maybe 2 months or so before the sale, they were like, we think it will be ready at this point. And so we had time to get everything ready. But it's just also during that time, there was also the CKBTC launch. And so we did a load of promotion around that. There's quite a few other features that we launched at around the same time. So we only had about a month or so to get ready for the sale. And it was quite manic. But luckily, yeah, we got everything ready in time. And so, yeah, we launched the sale and woke up early and watched it all happen. But yeah, it's not like we can relax now because we've raised all that ICP, but we now need to validate we need to fulfill the expectation that the community has put upon us. Because yeah, we need to keep going. If anything, we need to get even faster now because people have themselves invested their fund, their ICP into Openchat, and so we want to make sure that all of those early investors benefit from giving us their support.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we're still working full on. There will be quite a few proposals coming soon. There will be one of the first ones will be about an airdrop that we will be proposing to Diamond members. We're thinking of giving away 1 million chat tokens. So that's, $300,000 or so, I think. I mean, the price is changing all the time, but roughly 300,000 to our Diamond members. We've just written a blog post about governance and we've set up our dev beacon neuron. And that means that for people who want to just um, everyone who holds a chat neuron, they can take part by vote. They can take part in governance by voting on proposals, but many people may not want to do that manually.
Yeah. Same as
So
anyone.
exactly, and so if people want to, and if they trust the dev team, the three of us, then they can set their neurons to follow what we've created. We're calling it the dev beacon neuron.
Mhm.
So we just set that up earlier today. Um, and so how that works is there are three of us on the dev team, and each of us have a neuron which is followed by the dev beacon neuron. And so if any two of us vote the same, so for example, if two of us approve a proposal, then that will cause the dev beacon neuron to vote, and then everyone who follows it will also vote.
Mhm.
So it just means that if you may not want to take part day to day, but you'd like to still earn the voting rewards and you trust the dev team, you can just follow, you can set the follower, you can set the followee, they call it actually, the followee as the dev beacon neuron, and we will essentially vote on your behalf. But you know, we want other people to set up neurons that people can follow too, because we want this to be as decentralized as possible. So we will try to encourage people to set up their own named neurons, which the community may opt to follow them rather than follow us, which is a good thing. You know, we don't want 100% of people to follow us, and then because then it's not decentralized.
Exactly. Yeah, but people have the right, correct? Like people can vote one.
Yeah. And obviously, right now, it's only just begun. So over time, the service will become more and more decentralized as more of the circulating supply is distributed to the community, and also as more like prominent people put themselves forward as being neurons who people holding neurons can then follow. So
Yeah.
this is just the beginning. So this is we are fully decentralized. If you saw during the sale, there were 2,707 no 2,375 people took part in the sale. So there are essentially 2,375 co-owners of Openchat, which is a good amount, I think. Um, but over time, that number will grow, and so it will just become more and more decentralized, and that's good. That's the vision.
Yeah. And also, it's important to know for people, for these 2,375 or whatever, because now they need to access manually, right, to the NNS and vote for the proposals or select the bacon meal, right? But they need to do
Yeah,
it, right, because the vote is really important for the community.
yeah. So
Mhm.
they can actually vote from within Openchat, and the blog post that we publicized today explains all of the steps of how they can go about doing that.
Okay, they can do directly through the open chat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good to know. Yeah, in terms of the tokenomics, as you mentioned before, in open chat, you have created the token chat. How it works in terms of mining, burning, is that deflationary
Yeah.
token, inflationary token, has limited supply? Tell us more about the tokenomics on open chat.
Yeah. So um, at first, there are 100 million chat tokens, and voting rewards will be given out to people who take part in the governance of the service. And those voting rewards are going to be given out at a rate of 2.5% per year. So if there is no burning, then in the first year, 2.5 million new chat tokens will be minted.
Mhm.
But the plan is that when the Openchat service receives payments for premium features, such as users paying for Diamond membership, or there'll be a lot more revenue streams in the future, such as private communities, or we'll have like group add-ons that people can pay for. All of the income from this can then we could either burn all of it or we could burn 50%. We need to make proposals to then um, see what the community thinks.
Okay.
But there will be some form of burning of probably 50 to 75% or so of all of the income received by Openchat will just be burned. And
Mhm.
who knows when that will level out in terms of the inflation and the deflation. Like realistically, in the first year, it will probably be inflationary because the revenue streams aren't all set up. We don't have as many users. But if we had millions of users, of which hundreds of thousands of them were paying for Diamond membership, and we had all these private communities where people are paying on a subscription basis, all of that will add up, and that will just create more and more burning. And so eventually the amount being minted and the amount being burning will probably be about the same, or it might even become that the amount being burned overtakes the amount being minted. So we'll see. But
Yeah.
essentially we want Openchat to take in more than enough in terms of premium feature fees to cover the running of Openchat and cause a good amount of burning on the total supply.
Mhm. And then you mentioned about the rewards, voting rewards as well.
Yeah.
On OpenChat webpage or on articles that you have like rewards option, like users can, if they recommend like family and friends, right? Because once you enter into the OpenChat, you have like a QR code that you can share with your family and friends. I read something about like you can get rewards from this per user, maybe not now, but in the future or something.
Yeah. So again, this all kind of is not set in stone yet. So
Mhm.
we'd need to make proposals and get the
Yeah.
approval from the community. But we're thinking of doing something like for every user that you refer, if they become a Diamond member, you receive half of their payment fees. So, for example, if someone becomes a Diamond member and then pays 1 ICP for that membership, the person who referred them would get half an ICP,
Oh, nice.
which may not seem like that much, but if you refer, like, if you put out some publication and put your referral link and you get 1,000 people to join, then you could make, a lot.
Mhm.
And also, what's really good about this is that the Open Chat service itself is never at a loss because it would just be giving out a portion of the fees that it's taking in. So there's no risk to the Open Chat service. It works really nicely in that regard because it just means that it's not open to attackers, because a lot of the systems that we're trying to come up with for giving out user rewards are quite hard to keep safe from people who just farm for our code is open source. And so if we put in some algorithm to reward users, it's going to be very hard to make it in such a way that people can't look at what the code is saying and then come up with like some mechanism to game the system to get these rewards. Like, for example, they might be creating like 50 different accounts which all fulfill the criteria that the Openchat reward system says is enough to get the rewards, even though they're not genuine users. So this mechanism of giving 50% of each referral if you refer someone and they pay for Diamond membership, you getting 50% of their fee, it's just not gameable at all, because if you were trying to game it, you would be paying more than you'd be receiving back.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Yeah.
that's probably just the one that we will do first while we come up with more ways, or if ideally someone in the community would make a proposal saying, how about doing it in this way or that way? Because anyone can make a proposal now.
Yeah.
And, essentially, if someone has a way that it would work that would reward actual good users while excluding like bot users or people who are just trying to game the system, then yeah, that would be great.
Hmm. Yeah, different ways to achieve to have like the incentive system and the mechanism is really cool. I think the community feature that you have thinking about it, about the private and public community, like similar to Slack and District, as well, I think it's gain more traction and more users and more is add to the incentive system as well.
Yeah. And we could do things like a profit share. So for example, if you create a community and you could say, in order to join this community, you must pay 100 chat tokens, or maybe that's a bit much, but like 10 chat tokens. Um, and then the owner of the community would receive maybe 50%, and the open chat service would receive 50%. And again, those would be burned, or some portion of them would be burned. And so that would benefit the system overall, just to add to the deflation.
Mhm. Yeah, like maybe like in a private communities, right? Imagine, for example, one guy is like famous for it's like a trader, right? And he's
Yeah, yeah.
buy and sell
Well,
cryptos or
I was,
whatever, or maybe recipes or maybe like information about whatever, and you want to join
yeah,
a group, like valuable group, right? Because they share
yeah.
information like professionals or whatever in any industry.
So these would probably be like public communities which anyone could
Mhm.
explore. But then if you wanted to join them, it would say joining fee is like X amount. And so it's beneficial for the owner of the community. So they are incentivized to create the community and spread the word. But it's also beneficial for the open chat service.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, there's lots of ways that open chat service can make revenue. So yeah.
And then the other feature about payments, I know now you can send and receive ICP tokens to the application. How about this? The use the CKBTC and Bitcoin integration. You can as well send Bitcoins and the CKBTC. And how it works? You need to put your wallet, and then the other person needs to have as well Openchat with their wallet, and then you can send and receive Bitcoins, ICP, CKBTC. So
Yeah. So in Openchat, every user has their own canister. So when you register, a canister is created just for you. Um, and, and then all of your direct chats are held in that canister. The groups that you are in are recorded in that canister, but that canister also acts as your wallet. So when you click on your profile in Openchat and you go to your wallet and you see the address, that address is actually a ledger account which is controlled by your own user canister. And so when you deposit ICP or CKBTC or chat tokens or many more in the future, SNS1 actually, and many more in the future, all of them are in ledger accounts that are controlled by your canister. And so then if I send you a message containing chat tokens, I send a request to my own user canister. That canister then calls into the relevant ledger to make the transfer. And then when the transfer is complete, it will send a message to your canister to say, this person sent a message and they sent it with a transfer. Here are the transfer details. And then those funds are now under the control of your canister, which you can then send them on to someone else, or you can withdraw them. You know, they're under complete control they're under your control. And what's really nice is because each user has their own canister, it's really easy to keep everything secure because we can just restrict who can call into that canister to be only the user who the canister is for. So for example, you have your canister and I have my canister. I can instruct my canister to send a message, but I can't instruct your canister to send a message because your canister is specifically for you. And so by having one canister per user, it's just really easy to keep everything secure.
yeah, true. Secure and as well the good feature of ICP is the infinite scalability, right? And
Yeah, exactly.
I told
So
we or not before as well. We teach each other and Carlos Royal about it because they have the same um, system, the same mechanism. They have one. Every user have their own canister, and we
yeah,
have conversation about it. Like, is it the best way to secure everything and have everything better, right? Compared with have one canister for maybe 60 or whatever users. So, yeah.
Yeah, it simplifies each canister as well by just having one canister as one user.
Mhm.
It does like the simplest way would just be to have everyone in one canister, but that wouldn't scale. And so you need to start sharding your users across canisters. And so you could have 10 or 100 users per canister, but we opted with just one user, one canister. And I think that was the right choice.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
It's the most secure choice. Um, Also, if you vote through Openchat, then how that works is you need to add a hotkey to your neuron, and the hotkey ID that you add is your own canister. And because that canister is only for you, you're not leaking any voting power to anyone else. As in, say 10 people share the canister, all 10 of them would need to add the same canister as a hotkey, and then it's just more open to attack.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is a good point.
So I think we made the right choice in terms of the design of having one user per canister.
Mhm. Perfect. Um, when do you think it's maybe could add other cryptos? Because now it's CKBTC, Bitcoin, and ICP. When do you think like maybe in the future you can add Ethereum, Doge, or whatever?
Yeah, we will add all of them really. Any that are supported on the IC, we'd want to have things like a stable coin, like some dollar stable coin, whichever one it may be. Just because realistically, normally when you send someone tokens or money or whatever, it will be like I'd send my friend £10. I'm in the UK, 10 GBP because I owed them £10. But if I sent them 10 ICP, that could go up or down in value. Whereas it's quite nice to be able to send someone a stable coin amount. So yeah, we definitely like to support at least some stable coins, and we'll just support any cryptos that are supported by the IC. So that will be Ethereum. Well, it probably will be CK ETH when that exists
Uh-huh.
rather than actual Ethereum.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to mentioned before, for people that didn't have the opportunity to are involved in the SNS and both like didn't buy chat tokens, is there any way where they can buy now chat tokens?
Yeah. They're available on a few dexes. There's icdex.io or ICP swap or Infinity swap. Um, there might be more. And there will be more coming soon as well. We hope to be on some centralized exchanges, but that will take a few months.
Mhm. And is the because I didn't check the price is similar compared with the launch or is increasing now?
Well, there's not that much liquidity, but the price is about 75% higher than during the sale.
A lot.
But the volume is low, so you can't draw too much of a conclusion from that.
Yeah, no. That's true. That's true. And even now more because it's not too much liquidity as we mentioned. And
Yeah, well, so one of the next things we will be doing is adding a load of liquidity from the SNS treasury to some of these dexes.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, my next question is about the core team, right? After the decentralization, what is the role of the core team? As you mentioned before, and maybe you answered the question with the Openchat Foundation. But for sure, I assume you still need to maintain the platform and take care about the technical aspects. If it's not so exactly, but what is now? What is the next for the founders? Next step?
Yeah, well, we're here for the long run. So we're just carrying on as we were, really. We're just building features. One of the next ones will probably be communities that we'll start working on. But yeah, we're still just building away. The code is all open source, and yeah, we'd love to get external contributors. We already do have external contributors who are helping us out with translations, but it would be good to have people helping us out with the code as well. And actually, a few people have reached out to us asking if they can help out with the code. I guess there would just need to be some onboarding, and because we've only just done the sale, we haven't had time to do that yet. But yeah, we'd love to grow the number of people who are doing dev work on Openchat. But the three of us devs, we will be here for the long term. And kind of to kind of give confidence to the community that we will be here for the long term, the neurons that we received in the decentralization sale, they only vest over 4 years. So you know, we are, regardless of the fact that we want to stay working on this, we are financially incentivized to work on this to make it a success, because if we run off now, then realistically the price will drop, and we then miss out because the neurons that we got are they're still locked away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are here for the long term. And yeah, as you said, there's the Openchat, the possibility of having an Openchat foundation. And if we had an Openchat foundation, we could then pay people in fiat currencies. You know, we could pay people in euros or dollars or whatever, which is, it would make it a lot easier to grow the team, because realistically, it's going to be quite hard to grow the team if we can only pay them out of the SNS treasury in ICP.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's all. I'm curious. How many users you have now in OpenChat, and if you have noticed an increase in users after the launch, the central.
Yeah, I think we're at about 90,000. I think it grows by 400 or 500 a day or so. But then if we do a big feature announcement, there will normally be a spike. Like there was, I think our most in a day was 2,000 or so when we did the CKBTC launch, and we had about 10,000 daily active users on that day. Yeah.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Hamish Peebles, for your time. I know I not pronounce well your name.
No, that was good. That was good. That was fine.
Thank you for your time. I'm so excited to be part of the co-owners of OpenChat now. I encourage.
You can put that on your CV. Co-owner of Openchat.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Everyone should.
true. And no, I encourage everyone to use OpenChat. At least try OpenChat. My mom tried OpenChat, and she mentioned like, "Oh wow, this is cool." Like,
Nice.
he needs to improve for sure how to use it, but he used it, my brothers as well, and yeah, we try to like spread the word a little bit more. But yeah, so excited for you guys, for the job that you are doing for the SNS. I hope the future is even more successful for you. Yeah, maybe we can do a second episode of Open Chat in a few months after running, after do different proposals and see how it works, and see how it, the price, like evolve and everything. Yeah, that's so excited, and thank you so much, Hamish, for your information and your patience today, because I know like sometimes the questions maybe you answer a lot of times, and it's a little bit annoying for you, but it's good for the community inside and
No,
outside.
yeah, no, it's all good. It's been fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Great.
thanks for having me.
Awesome. Yeah. See you soon, and good luck for the next steps. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. See ya.
See you. Bye bye.